Welcome back by a new video on my channel. Today I want to talk about some beef between Boogie and some ordinary gamers. If you don't know, Boogie had this documentary a couple weeks ago, I think at this point. I covered on my channel. It was just really sad and depressing. Boogie told everyone how much money he spent on hookers, and it overall was just a really depressing shit show. So after the shit show of a documentary, Muta uploaded a video called Boogie is completely pathetic, and he legit seems really angry towards Boogie. I think Boogie and Muta had beef before. I at least seen like some tweets from Muta back in the day.
All because Boogie himself is a liar, Boogie himself is a manipulator, and he's somebody that I think is probably one of the most awful peoples on this platform. One of the reasons why I'm even talking about it too is because Boogie's the kind of guy that during discussions, he'll just start messaging my wife, which absolutely still disgusts me to this day. For the last 48 hours, I've still been pretty mad about that.
Muta is legit pissed off, which is understandable. If you have like a conversation and a beef with a person and that person goes to your wife and starts complaining to your wife, that's a pussy move, let's be real here. But are we really surprised? Boogie is definitely the type of person that will pull off something like that. This entire video is pretty brutal. I really recommend watching it. It's pretty funny as well. But Muta makes a lot of points that, you know, Boogie is in this situation because of his own actions, and you should not feel too bad for Boogie. Boogie screwed up, and it is his own fault that he's in this situation. We can see that with the crypto stuff. It was just so stupid to do that, but you know, Boogie did it because, you know, he doesn't use his brain sometimes, and his entire beef doesn't stop because Boogie is on a podcast called The Low Cows. It's with Wings of Redemption, another interesting person, and he starts talking about the situation, and it's pretty interesting. So let's go into the clip.
Has some issues with Moodapar, right?
Yeah. I'm scared shitless. I'm scared shitless of that guy.
So, and tell us what you told me before. You compared Mudahar fan base to like you're afraid like one of Mudahar's
No, I'm just afraid. I'm afraid of crazy people doing crazy shit. And like when somebody is as big as Mudahar, well, he's got like 10 million followers and he gets like 5 million views on a video. If he's like he's really mad at me. Like he'll tell you publicly, he has said it publicly, he thinks I'm the worst piece of shit and he wishes the worst for me. And
Boogie is saying that he's scared, and I kind of understand that because obviously Some Ordinary Gamers is a massive channel and the video is obviously getting millions of views. You only need to have one crazy fan, one crazy person that's watching the videos that takes it too personal and does some fucked up stuff. Like I can agree with that with Boogie, honestly. I said the same stuff with the Jack film situation. You only need to have one crazy sniper wolf fan and you know the entire situation is getting dangerous. Do I think this is going to happen to Boogie? No, I don't think so, but I do understand why someone would be scared, because you only need to have one crazy person that tries to go to your home or does something like that because he takes something like this too serious.
And you're telling me that he's as crazy or his fans are potentially as crazy?
no,
as
well,
Frank Castle?
so
Really?
I have paranoia issues. I think we all agree with that.
I agree with that.
And it comes along with the anxiety and other stuff. Muta.
Well, Boogie, if you already know a person doesn't like you, it doesn't help to go to someone's wife and trying to talk badly that way. That's only going to make things worse, so I don't understand why he even did that in the first place. Obviously, this is only going to make things worse for you, Boogie, and I do understand why someone would be pissed if you do something like that. It's such a sneaky thing to do. It's the same as going to like the teacher when you have like a fight. You just don't do that.
Really?
I have paranoia issues. I think we all agree with that.
I agree with that.
And it comes along with.
I think Boogie has a lot of mental issues going on, and the psychedelics he tried to do doesn't seem to help him. Obviously, I do think psychedelics can help a person. Really depends on the person. There are a lot of studies that like strong psychedelics can definitely help you in a mental way, but it didn't help for Boogie, I think so, because I haven't seen much of a change in Boogie as a person since he took the psychedelic drugs, so it obviously didn't seem to work for him.
Has been mad at me for like years, rightfully so, because I've been a manipulative piece of shit. Like I'll be the first to admit that, right?
Not only that, I think Boogie even said it himself that he is narcissistic or something close to that. I would not be surprised if he actually would be. I do think Boogie has a pretty big ego. I think he feels like he's entitled to money from his subscribers. He's legit begging for it, and I don't think he sees anything wrong about that. Honestly, most people would feel embarrassed begging for money on YouTube, but he doesn't seem to be embarrassed. Maybe he should be thinking by himself, instead of begging, I should work harder, I should make better content, I should do different things, maybe get a job, but instead of that he's begging. There was even this segment in the documentary where he was saying I have 4 million subscribers, and he was bragging about it and all arrogant, and I would honestly not be surprised if he would be. I'm not saying he is, he said it himself, so don't go after me.
Like, not a great person. And he's like tweeted, I mentioned him on Twitter because of all this group chat shit that leaked, and so he was like, you're the worst kind of person, I think you're manipulative, I'm open about it, I only wish the worst for you, blah blah blah. And that's fine, he's entitled to his opinion.
When did he say that? Did he say that before or after he started fucking DMing his girlfriend?
It was after, it was a week, like after right after his
girlfriend.
Well, no, it was before. It was well before, like a week before.
So at least Boogie is admitting it, and I do agree with Muta and the things he's saying. And Boogie doesn't seem to change. He knows that he is doing something bad, but he doesn't seem to be changing it. It's the same with him being obese. He knows it's bad for him. He knows it's destroying his body, but he's not doing anything about it. That's the same about him being a bad person and using people and begging for money. He knows it's not good. He knows that's not something you're supposed to do, but he's not changing it, and I think that's pretty frustrating. He just seems to go back at the same point, even when he takes psychedelics, even when he tries to change, he really doesn't change, and he just keeps going back at the same point.
I got a DMs right now that have been posted in the chat that's saying this fucking agreement never happened.
Well, I can show you. I mean, I literally have the screen. I'll send you the screen caps right now. Yeah, I will.
Chat. Yeah, because
but
he's saying,
I told him.
What Muta said. We don't have a deal, lol. Muta, quick, give a person for Boogie to talk about you. He made that retarded shit up in his head. That's what he said. He said you made this shit up.
I maybe he didn't read what I said.
I definitely believe Muta over Boogie, because Boogie has definitely a track record of lying about stuff. And some advice for Boogie as well: you should never lie on a live stream, because people are going to call you out live and there is no way to defend yourself. If you say you have like a chat log of that conversation and you don't have it, people are going to call you out live and there's no way you can defend yourself against that. When you lie and you're going to make like a video about that, you can still like edit it and stuff like that, but when you're live you're really screwed. So you should definitely not lie live on a live stream. Just saying to Boogie, that's not a good thing, my man.
If somebody else shows up at my front door tomorrow, don't expect me to handle it that much better. I ain't that fucking sane.
Yeah.
I've been saying, like,
that is the most truthful thing Boogie has said in a long time. He obviously is not a sane person. He has a lot of mental issues. He has a lot of issues in general speaking. And it's really interesting to see how Boogie was once a really liked and beloved YouTuber. Back in the day, everyone liked Boogie, and now he's like a joke and everyone is hating on him. Because if you look back like 6 or 7 years ago, he was one of the most beloved YouTubers. Like, he had like a clean record.
That's the difference.
You should fight him.
Alright. Hey, listen.
Shit, he would win.
If we get this episode out, I think future episodes will cover
Wings, listen. If you can beat my ass, I know Mudakar can. Shit, I'm fucked.
Come on, I could beat Mudakar's ass.
If Wings of Redemption is able to beat you up, I'm pretty sure Muta is going to do the same thing. It would be pretty interesting, honestly, seeing a fight between Muta and Wings of Redemption. Leave in the comment section who would win that fight. I honestly would watch it. I was pretty impressed by Wings in the fight, with Boogie. I thought he did pretty well. Obviously, Boogie doesn't have any flexibility, doesn't move well, is morally obese, and should have never been boxing in the first place. But leave your thoughts about this entire beef in the comment section. Do you think it's a pretty sneaky move from Boogie to start contacting Muta's wife? I do think so, because I feel like that's not something you should really be doing. I think if you have beef with someone, you should talk with the person you have beef with and not involve family members, girlfriends or wife. But having said all of that, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe on the channel so you get notified when I upload a new video. Press the like button and I will see you all in the next video.